I'm going to be discussing the transform command in Photoshop. The transform command can be used to rotate an image a certain number of degrees or to flip it completely. So the first thing that you want to do is grab your arrow tool in your tools palette, or you can simply click on the letter V. The next thing that you want to do is after you click your arrow, you want to make sure that your arrow is able to select whatever layer you click on. So you're going to go up to your options bar, and right here where it says auto select, make sure that that's been clicked on. Next, you want to make sure that you have layer selected. So now, instead of having to go to my layers palette to select a layer, now I can click on it directly. Okay, to use the command for transform, you're going to go to edit, and then you're going to go to free transform, or you can hit Command T. That's what I'm going to do. So Command and the letter T at the same time. What happens now is that my chicken now has handles. These things right here are called handles. If you move away from the corner, you should now see a cursor that is curvy. What that means is that I can drag the corner of the chicken however I want to rotate her. Once I have the chicken however I want her, I can hit return, and my chicken has now been rotated. Now let's say that I didn't like how I rotated my chicken. I can hit Command and the letter Z at the same time, and that will undo what I just did. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip my chicken upside down. But first I'm going to create a duplicate of my chicken. You can do this a couple of different ways, but I'm going to show you a new way today. Make sure you have your arrow tool selected and hold down the options key, and you should now see a cursor that has a black and a white arrow. Go ahead and click and drag. What that does is it creates a duplicate of your image. Once I've duplicated the image, now I'm going to take this chicken and I'm going to flip her upside down. So I'm going to hit Command and the letter T, and then I'm going to head over to my options bar up at the top. And because I want this chicken to be upside down, I'm going to go to the letter H, which means height, and I'm going to put a negative in front of the 100. So you can see that my chicken has now been flipped upside down. Now let's say that I want a chicken that is facing the opposite direction. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate my chicken. I'm going to hold down the option. I'm going to duplicate her by dragging. And I'm going to make this chicken face the opposite direction. So Command and the letter T. I'm going to go up to my options bar, and this time I'm going to put a negative in front of the 100. I'm going to hit return twice, and now there's a chicken that is facing the opposite way. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this chicken. I'm going to hold down option, click, drag. And let's say that this chicken right here, I wanted to rotate a precise number of degrees. So again, Command T, go up to your options, and you will see this symbol that means degrees. If I want to rotate my chicken by 90 degrees, I'm going to enter 90. If I want the chicken to be 90 degrees the opposite direction, I'm going to put negative 90. So right now I'm just going to put 90, and I'm going to hit return twice. And now my chicken has been rotated. Command T, and this time I'm going to put negative 90. And you are able to control precise rotation in that way too. I'm going to hit return. Okay. The other thing that you are able to do with the transform command is to resize an image on your canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of a few of these chickens by clicking on them and hitting delete. Let's say that I wanted to change how big this chicken looked. So I'm going to hit Command and the letter T at the same time. Next, I'm going to hold down my Shift key, and I'm going to click on the corner and drag it outward. When I'm doing this, I'm stretching out the pixels in the image, so the quality of the image is decreasing when I do this. So you have to be very careful. If you truly want to resize an image the proper way, you should go to Image and then Image Size in order to change the number of pixels. But if you're just working on something quickly and it doesn't matter too much, again, Command T and then click the corner while you're holding the Shift key. When I'm finished, I'm going to go ahead and hit return. Okay, and that is how you use the transform command in Photoshop.